Alrighty, everybody, welcome to tonight. Hopefully you can hear me alright. If not, well, that's too bad. We are doing Frosthaven, an unboxing video, because a couple of people have asked about it. Bear with me while I go and make sure that nothing else can happen, because this is the way everything seems to work these days with me. Alrighty, so as you notice, we have a temporary setup. This is a gaming room slash knitting emporium for my wife. What we have here is Frosthaven. We also have a bit of terrain that's coming for a few games of Fallout Wasteland Warfare. Hey, welcome to what is an exciting time. So, I'm going to start with this. I already did pop the top of the box off here because, quite frankly, this is not exactly easy to do, and doing it on stream would have just taken a lot of time. So, without further ado, we'll see. Is there anybody even going to join me on this? Probably not, but whatever. We shall try and see what we have. I don't think anybody's going to be here, but we will work with what we have. Alrighty, and last little bit. Oh. We are going to go from here and say, let's begin. We're also recording this because what we might just do later on is see about putting it up to YouTube or the such. But hey, enough talking, start with the opening. Boink. So, what we have here, because this was crowdfunded, we went and sponsored a few things, because that's life. And that's what we do. So, to start with, they had charitable coins. Both these coins were designed solely for the fact that eventually this was supposed to go, I believe, is to World Hunger, $5 add-on, and they sold more of these than they expected. Now, for those of you who have played Gloomhaven or Jaws of the Lion, you'll know that removable stickers make the difference, because otherwise you play this once and that's it. Now, I haven't opened into this package yet because, well, it's been a hot minute with everything going on in my lives lately, so I thought, why not? Let's go from there and see what's what. But we're going to just keep going here. We have now the solo scenarios, because why not? We have some nice plastic carrying cases, because, let's be honest, the amount of bits you get in a game like this is best defined as a lot. You notice I'm trying to stay out of the footage. It's nothing personal. I just want to keep out of the footage as best I can. Welcome to Frosthaven. Everything in the box, blah blah. We'll get through all of this here and we'll look at a few things while we're at it. Now, we are here to say, how interesting will this be? Who knows? We have a rule book. If you've ever played Gloomhaven or any of the prequel beforehand games, you'll know the rules are pretty similar. Few new mechanics, nothing overly major. Oh dear Lord, we have a sealed book. The first of, I'm sure, probably many little sealed secrets in this thing. So, looking at that, I'm going, yeah, that's going to be something epic to have a go at. But that's life with this. You never know what you're going to come into. It feels like a college notebook. So we've got the section book and the scenario book. These are used to set up each of your individual Frosthaven whatchamadoodads. And it's how you set up, like looking at the scenario. I'm trying not to spoiler this, but it says, hey, here's what you need to do. Here's all the items you need. Go from here. Now, with the camera this high up, this is really good because I'm trying to keep this as relatively spoiler-free as I can, and I'm really hoping that I can intrigue some of you. And then we have a campaign sheet. Now, there's only about 5 of these, but you can always go on to the Frosthaven website and get the PDFs to print out more. So that makes things that much better. Now, let's see if I can unfold this carefully. This is the first part. This is the map of the northern coast and the outpost of Frosthaven. Basically, you now have what amounts to, this is your quest. So the little town here is represented here. There's a whole bunch of numbers, and each number here represents some sort of addition. Like, I see there's walls that can be added to. There are craftsmen, hunting lodge, alchemists. There's a bunch of empty spaces. So that tells me that as you're playing the game, you will be enhancing this city. There are probably events to it. I'm excited to see it. We got a road to the capital, Imperial Mountains, Frozen Pass. It is gridded all the way from R to A backwards and 1 to 12. I'm sure there's a reason for it. We'll figure it out as we play. These guys like doing this sort of stuff and make you work for it. But looking at this map and the amount of little numbers that are out here, there is going to be a lot, and I mean a lot of things, like scenario number 1, scenario 2, 3, scenario 0. Oh, wow, okay. I have no idea how this is going to play out, but I am excited to find out if things go the way they go and everything works out. Maybe we'll have games with a few friends here while we're playing. Okay. We have a bunch of permanent stickers. I'm not too worried. I'm trying not to use these because these will be spoilerish. We have a what happens when you start combining things sheet, because that strikes me as being somewhat important. Oh dear Lord, how heavy is this? I'm also trying not to swear because I think swearing is kind of annoying, but that should give you an idea of just how much bloody cardboard is here. Okay, so looking at these first sheets, this is something the first Gloomhaven never really had, which was, this is a scenario map. You complete scenario 0, 1 says you can go to 2 or 3, then to 4, and what order you go through. I'm excited for that because the first one I had to pull it off of Reddit, and it still made no sense. However, I did love Gloomhaven immensely. If you actually look by the end of the Republic and the new California Republic flag, you can in fact see there's a chunk of Gloomhaven the box. Amazing game. I highly recommend it because it is a phenomenal, phenomenal thing to play. So these are terrifying. Oh my lord, there's enough scenarios here that we'll be busy for a very, very long time. Now I'm not going to pop any of this here because, you know what? Why bother? It's going to happen eventually. I'm not going to go do it here right now because this is just an unboxing video, but as we go through it, we will essentially unbox everything, get it all properly put away in here, and go from there. Oh, Electra! Good to see you. Thank you for the raid. Just doing an unboxing of Frosthaven here, and it's 40 pounds of goodness. So, you know, away we go with it. There's a lot in here. The box isn't even really half empty at this point, and I'm going, what did I sign myself into? But at the same time, I have Gloomhaven, and I'm going, is that it? Just thought there was more in here. So, thank you for the raid. Bear with me as we are new to the streaming scene. Normally you'll see me, or well, hear me anyway, playing Elite Dangerous with Twolfkey and his wonderful guys and his wonderful voice, because that is the way things tend to work. I'm the guy who will figure something out, and he's the guy who actually sounds good doing it. Hello, Azrael's Portal. Gonna have to get you down here and have a look at this, because this is a big box. Because we've got all these, so we're gonna keep going on here as we go through. So all these tiles are reversible. They're all numbered, lettered. We have, for everybody here, spells, hit points, debris. That's a 20 hit point marker. That scares me. Curses, blessings, map tiles. As you can see, all reversible, because you never know what you're going to need. And we keep going. Looks like some of these are doubled up, but that's okay. Oh, and they are all numbered. So we have muddle, bleed, poison, no idea, I think that's regen, invisibility, traps, terrain, blocking terrain. That's 100 hit points, and that scares me in this, because no monster I was familiar with. Yeah, Electra, it is fancy. It was a Kickstarter. They tend to go all out at this. Let me show you the overworld map for those of you who jumped in a little bit late, because I'm a sucker for a good map here. Should figure out a way to place this, but ooh. So what we have here, bring it up, is the northern coast. There's the outpost of Frosthaven. Here's a bigger view of it. There's about 137 numbers on all of this. Each number is a scenario or some sort of interesting issue. What I suppose you could do at the end of this is, once it's all done, is frame it, make it look nice and fancy. We're not at that stage yet. Compared to the first game size-wise, well, the first game is 25 pounds. This one is putting in at 40 pounds. So it's heavier, and as we go through it, you'll see that there's a lot more to it. But we're going to go through a couple of these. Lots of these tiles look like they are similars in some aspects. Oh, we got some blank recyclable tiles. We've got barricades. We've got whatever pouches. I don't know what all these are for, but we're going to go through it. Like I said, we're just doing I've got what looks like braided electrical wiring, which, you know, that's what I want in my fantasy medieval game. My friend Azrael Portal's brother coming over and doing interior electrical design and wiring. But hey, I'm not judging. I'm just going, that's interesting. Ooh, it's already coming apart. Oh well, it was going to come apart eventually. So, as you can see, we're still going through here. There's a lot of these tiles, and most of them look to be kind of duplicate-ish. Kind of triplicate-ish. But that's okay. We like that sort of stuff. Okay, so we have ways to do everybody's turn order, for those of you who haven't played it. More braided electrical wire. I love it. Like, that's exactly what I want in this. And now we start getting to objective markers, points of interest, boss, Looks like a hand dropping from the ceiling, so I'm excited about this. We have city guards, some sort of weird monster. I don't know what they are yet, because we're not there yet. We've got ancient artillery, elementals out the wazoo. Things I'm not even sure what they are, but that's the fun of this game. Because I remember, and I can spot certain things that were native to Gloomhaven. More elementals, what appears to be a golem, some guy who rides atop, some really, and I mean really big squares. Exciting on that. More enemies. Oh, our favorite, the skeleton horde, have returned. Keep in mind, I'm still just flipping tiles here. So, from this standpoint, I can already say that this is a lot more cardboard. We've got polar bears. I like it. And I'm just saying this right now. If you played the game, fuck you to the oozes. More oozes. Oh, my usual player is going to enjoy this every minute. How am I sounding overall? Like, no problems? Nothing like that? You guys can hear me okay? Trying to keep this as lively as I can. Oh, and we got the Eyes of Doom. I'm not sure what the rest of this is. Oh, thank you, Electra. Oh, wow. They went all out. I'm not sure what those top turvy creatures are, but we'll find out. We got some lurkers. We got some Enochs who are bigger. Savas elementals. We got some imps. More Savas, because who doesn't like people made of stone? Thank you as well, Azrael Portal. Wow, there's a lot of stuff in here. Oh, we've got a round tracker. I was wondering where that is, because that is one thing in this game. No game will last more than 12 rounds, and there's a reason for it. Part of it has to go with the mechanics of when you're playing, because it is a deck mechanic versus a dice mechanic. I won't go into too much here. I may set up Jaws of the Lion and work through one of the basic scenarios with someone new and exciting and see how that goes. Probably Elizabeth, or I don't know. Hey, Azrael's Portal, how do you feel about going through the basics of Jaws of the Lion with me one day? Do it as a stream. I'm sure we can come up with something pretty easy. A lot of Enochs from what I can tell. Oh, we've got Dragonlings, so... And I'm not sure what the swarm of bats are, but that also terrifies me. We've got the prow of a ship, and what looks like to be some bosses, including some sort of automaton. Looks like a tentacle of doom. Another automaton. This will definitely be a interesting scenario. So, from that standpoint, that tells me that this is going to be a very, very, very exciting thing. Do I know how well it's going to go? No. Do I think it's going to be exciting? Yeah, probably. We'll work with what we have. So, oh, we have pile of baggies. Stands for monsters representing white is normal, yellow is elite. I have no idea what the blue and red mean. Here's hoping. Unknown. Keep in mind, if I say unknown, there's little things I am reading. Excuse me. And I'm going, okay, that's cool. But at the same time, there's also big warnings on the package that says, hey, don't open this until you reach scenario blank. So, we've got card. Looks to be player deck. Monster deck. The first of the fuck you decks. Sorry for the language. Not sure. Challenges for extra check marks. Pouches, I think that's instead of loot that you get. And more special items. Seeing as they're coming up with some high items, that tells me a lot. Oh, okay. I'm gonna go and say that that's a chunk of the items here. They are going up to item 192, down from item... That can't be right, because if that says 882 on the back, I'm going to cry. So, out. And we have... Oh, dear Lord. So, that's a monster deck, which is their actions. We have this. It got a little banged up, but that's okay. So we got road events in winter and summer. That's frightening. I've got outpost events in winter and summer. So also just as frightening. Now I'll give you an example. I don't have the answer to this, but we'll leave your deductive minds to figure it out. So this is the first summer road event. You're hiking along the banks of a small creek when a spray of color dries your eye. Blood in the snow. You draw closer to the scene. Telltale black-red pools already soaking into the snow and mud. You're no stranger to the aftermath of a hunt, and this doesn't look like someone took down game. From the amount of blood and disturbed snow here, you're pretty certain this was a fight. The blood trails off from the scene to a nearby corpse of trees. Following, you discover the trail splits at the fork in the path. Blood trail continues to the left, and judging by the broken twigs and footprints, something also ran off to the right. Your choices are option A, follow the bloody trail. Option B, follow the twigs. Here's the kicker. You discuss this with the party, then flip it over and face the consequences of your actions then. There is no happy choice with some of these, but it gets exciting because you are deciding your fate then and there. Or, you know, you've essentially doomed yourself to be more screwed up. Outpost kind of has the same sort of thing. And most of them are also there. Generally, they are a little bit more on the beneficial side, but it has not been my experience on occasion. So what we're going to do is we're going to put all these guys right back in here. Save ourselves some grief because we have another layer, and as you notice, I don't have that much room, so I got to work with what I got. And if what I got says this is all I have the room for, then this is all I have the room for. Alrighty. And let's put that right there. Well, that's cool. Alright, so this is a cooperative 4-player game. We have hit point dials and experience dials. Experience goes to 29. Hit points goes up to... Ooh, hit points goes also up to 29. That's useful. It means 30 hit points. Monster things. So, for those of you playing, you can have as few as 6 of one monster type, or as many as 10 of one monster type. Those of you who have played Gloomhaven and know what oozes are will severely understand how much that makes people breathe a sigh of relief. Trust me. Oh, here we go. This is the enemy sheets. So, the way this works, when you're playing as one of these, we'll slide into here. That way you can see what the monster is. You see what level your game is, and it'll tell you the normal and elite versions of how many hit points, how fast they move, what they're going to hit you with as a default. Yeah, it does make a difference, trust me. Alrighty. Sorry about doing that. Ooh, there we go. Here is the handy dandy cheat sheet cards, very useful. For those of you sadists and masochists who do not get enough of this, we have this is how you build a instant scenario deck. Trust me, it's just as much trouble as you think it would be. So let's see if I do this right. 1, 2, yeah, I think this will work. 3, 4, put you there. That's no more. Ah, so cards for the city. That's cool. Hey, Electra, have a great rest of your evening, and we'll talk to you later. We'll probably put this on my YouTube channel. Hey, Mirage Rebellion, thank you for the follow. Bear with me, I'm not the best streamer. Usually I'm doing mini paintings or things like this. Generally I'm more playing Elite Dangerous, but I am not one for the camera too often, but this was being requested by a few friends of mine, so I thought I would at least put that up there. Alrighty, and what else we got? Oh my goodness. 21. Sealed. Don't open until event 21. 24, 37, 39, 42, 44, and an envelope marked A and an envelope marked B, and the envelope marked B looks to be like it's stuffed full of hundreds. Hey, Electra, I will be doing some more painting here soon. Just been one of those busy things, but next time we're doing some painting, we'll go from there. Alrighty, so we'll start with a couple of the miniatures. So as you can see, there's not a lot left in this box, but let's see what we can do here. Can I pull this out without hurting myself? Or without making a mess? Probably not. Or maybe. Let's give this a try. Ooh, silica gel. Gonna have to give that to probably a friend. So let's put this here. So this is the heart and potatoes of a good chunk of this game. And I say heart and potatoes because, well, it's the only way I can describe it. Now we're just going to put all this extra back in here and go from there. So we have the miniatures. We have their envelopes. I have some hits sitting here for you, Azrael's Portal. You just have to come and get them. You know that. And not forget them like when you're here usually. So, looking at these icons, we have club, broken sword, spear, ghost, broken skull, ritual symbol. Not sure what this is. Looks like a moon and a star, meteor, broken rock, target, broken shackles, snowflake, fist, cool diamond, looks like a drill, looks like a plant, looks like a squid or a sea anemone. Who knows at this point, because the only way you find out, you have to unlock them by playing. So far, this is kind of interesting. What we'll do, because I know that this box is one of the starter characters and corresponds to this miniature. We had an Illithid in the previous game we never unlocked, but yeah, there could be one. So, what I will do is I'll also be painting up these characters. So this first character I know is called the Enox Drifter. He has his own custom deck, custom cards. He's got a cardboard standee. He's got a piece of paper. Now, knowing my wife, this will be the character she plays. Simply because she is our tank and, quite frankly, our DPS. I tend to be support really horrible, which I don't know what that says about our relationship, but here we are. So, this is what we have. You give them a name, there'll be level, how much experience points you get, what resources they have, gold, how many perks they can get. Perks are useful. They help make this game much better. We have masteries. End of the scenario with your character tokens on the last slot of 4 persistent abilities. Okay. Never perform a move ability or attack ability with a value less than 4 and perform at least one or move attack ability each round. Well, that's exciting. So, I'm just going to open this deck up. And what we have here is level 1. There will be 12 cards because that's the max his hand can have is 12. And as you level up, we also have some X cards, which are really powerful, but they're designed to essentially make your life to be a different choice between that. Give you some starting variety. 2 level 2 cards, 2 level 3 cards, 2 level 4 cards, 2 level 5, 2 level 6, 2 level 7, 2 level 8, and 2 level 9. Each one of these is, well, quite frankly, pretty cool. So as you have the 9 levels, each one makes you choose a new skill. This makes life better. So what we'll do, we'll go 9, 8, and I'm not going to go through these cards too much here because quite frankly, I think some of them are, it's spoilerific because if you're not playing the game, you won't know what they're needed for yet. The other aspect of this too is all of this is available. The guys at Fallout Games have put all of this information freely available online. But we will go through a few of these cards here together, so let's see what we've got here. Crushing Weight. So I know it's a little hard to read, but we'll read it out for you. On your next 6 melee attacks, add +2 damage. Really useful. Speed is 71, kinda slow, but that's the price you pay. Bottom card, regen +2. Move the character token on one of your persistent abilities back a slot. Okay, not sure how this particular thing works yet, but you know what? We got time. And once we start playing it, this whole table area will just get consumed by this game. It's a recyclable card, but burns, so there's probably a way that you get it back. Sustain Momentum. 2 damage. Move the character token on one of your persistent abilities backwards a slot. I'm not sure what the persistent abilities. You may have persistent bonuses which use slots which will greatly enhance your capabilities. Cool. Whenever bonuses trigger each individual attack or movement, advance your character token 1 slot. To keep these bonuses active for longer, use abilities which move your tokens backwards. Cool. You also have abilities which allow you to add effects by moving the character token on any one of your persistent abilities forward. You only gain experience when you move the token forward, not backward. All effects that move your token's item forward or backward only affects slots on ability cards, not items. That's actually cool. Rules. Oh, there's reference for that. Have to read it. So, starting at level 1, he's only got 10 hit points, maxing out at 26 hit points at level 9. He's an outcast, resourceful, and strong. I'm excited for this. Enoch's Drifter. Very low complexity, no elemental affinities, no control. So he's not a crowd control, but he's going to beat somebody into. Retirement. Unlock book option 48.3, which will tell you what he's going to do. Let's read you his intro here just because we can. The Enoch's clan of the Great Grove value their strength and their self-reliance, but they could not bury internal quarrels in time to repel the humans' empire's expansion into their lands. They paid dearly. No shit, humans are us versus them. Happens. Some of the Enochs have retreated deeper into the most defensible areas of the forest. Others venture into other civilizations, employing their great-sized woodcraft and performative traditions in a variety of occupations. In fact, it is common practice among many clans to send their young warriors off into the larger world for a year so they can find themselves and discover their passion. Some of them never return, lured away by city life, or in rarer cases, discovering that their passion is the wilderness itself. These Enochs revel in surviving off the land without allegiance or responsibility. They are the drifters, and there is no better place to test their skills than the north. Sounds like fun. I'm excited for that. So as you can see, there's a lot to these characters. I like it. We'll probably go through at least 1 or 2 more because why not? Everybody here okay with that? Or are we just going, this is it. Y'all think I'm having the time of my life today? Tell me. Because really, I do like to know. Anybody else exciting in here? Well, we got a few. Oh, I see Elizabeth is also here lurking as well too, and to Wolfie, welcome both of you. It's nice to see you, even if you are lurking. Just for the record, I am also taping this. If we manage to set up that part correctly, and then we'll upload this to my YouTube channel to watch at a later time, so you can all revel in what you missed. If you have questions, please ask. Some of this is still sealed up until we unlock it, so I'm not going to open that up. I dislike spoilers, so I don't want to be spoiled. But at the same time, inquiring minds want to know, so if you are curious as to what's in most of these sealed up envelopes that they're saying that are here, because like you look at this guy, it's got a seal on it. At that point, I'm just going, nah, I'll leave it sealed till I get the okie dokie in the game to open that bad boy up. So from that standpoint, not too bad. Kind of like it. So we will drop that there. Alrighty, now I'm going to open this one because this is a odd sized box, and it's also one of the 6 starters. So far, it's looking pretty good in here. Let's see what we have. Okay, notice I'm opening these up from the bottom. That's just me and the way I do things. Oh, that's going to be fun to paint. We have a human. In a game that's all about fantastical creatures, we have a human. This is a human banner spear, and this one is going to be exciting. And oh, who am I? Okay, let's put that there. I think, yeah, that looks right. And put its box there. I'm excited for this. I tend to like... Sometimes I like playing as a human, or I like playing as the little guy. All options are valuable. So, as you can see, we have human banner spear. Same sort of layout as the previous Enox Drifter. I'm okay with that. And I have... Wow! So, we have banner spear. We have what look to be a couple of allies. We have some tokens. We have different banners. Interesting. Alrighty, so you can specialize in area attack which require an ally to occupy the blue hex beside you. So this one's going to require you to be very team oriented and do some severe planning with your team. So you're going to want this guy to probably go first. Well, you want him to go second in the first round, but in the subsequent rounds you're going to want him to go first because he will have set himself up to do massive damage and the such. Is that what I think it is? Don't know. Haven't really looked into the cards and all that fun stuff yet. Kind of a perk. So, banner summons do not have base move or attack stats, but they can provide powerful bonuses to you and your allies nearby. They can still move when granted move abilities. Cool. Reinforcement summon on all costs is a powerful tool to set up your attacks and mitigate incoming damage. Whenever the reinforcement dies, whatever you choose to do, remove it from the map and place it into your discard pile where it can be recovered and played again. That's interesting. So, it looks like here we have allies to help out. I like that. That would explain the blues and the reds. You have allies. That explains a lot. Now, this is a 10-card hand, which means that you're going to have 10 cards. Specialty deck, which, you know what? We'll open that up and show you what it is. Come on. Come on, pry out. So, whenever you play this game and you draw your abilities and it's your turn to attack, you're going to draw 2 cards out and do what they say. And from the looks of it, these are interesting. Tireless Leadership, Iron Will, Into the Breach. They add certain abilities. Cool. These are the regular combat cards. So, adds +0 to whatever attack you're doing, heals yourself for 1, and then says draw another card. Now, these aren't shuffled, so as you can see, some of them are pretty straightforward. This one just adds +1 damage and keep drawing. Have a good night, Azrael Portal. We seeing you Tuesday. If not, that's okay too. Just, you know, let us all know. On Tuesday, we'll have a little bit better of a look at this. And then we've got certain abilities. There's a push, there's a disarm, there's a shield. So, okay, this one's very, very perk-oriented and party-oriented. Probably not going to play it too much. So, Human Banner Spear. Northern human settlements existed long before emissaries from White Oak traveled to Frosthaven, always looking for new ways to expand their merchant's guild. When these endeavors only led to angering the Algox population, the Southerners fled, leaving the ill-prepared fishing village to face the blowback. But humans are resilient. Damn rights we are. Even on the brink of despair, there's hope for survival. The only thing left behind by the Merchants Guild were the Banner Spears, tireless warriors forever in search of respect and glory. Frosthaven has no need of pride, though. Cut off from the rest of the world and faced with the harsh realities of the North, Banner Spears are forced to re-evaluate what truly matters. They were abandoned like everything else, and they must forge a new, stronger bonds to stay alive. Complexity is 2 on a scale of 5. Elemental affinity for wind, which tells me a lot about that. Good melee, good defense, and they have crowd control. So that is useful to know. I'm excited for a lot of these. Because, you know what? These games are interesting. Now, one of my big things is I am hoping this go around that I can convince certain people that we can maybe do like an extra gaming night or the such. Stream it. Yeah, we'll see if that's an option. If not, that's okay too. But if I recall, talking to a few friends of mine, we had talked about wanting to do some streaming. Now, we'll do one last character here before I go and say, you know what? 'Tis a pretty good night on this. Oh, bear with me, yes, I am a balding fat man here who works in IT. What else can I say? So, we've got this one, which is a box 1 of 1, box 1 of 2. I have no idea. Like I said, I stayed out of a lot of this. Yeah, we'll just bounce them around. Ooh, well, if Azrael's Portal was still here, I know what he'd be playing. That's got way too many arms, way too many legs, and looks pretty interesting. And still too many arms and too many legs. That is also very, very, very exciting. We'll see. I'm not sure how this is going to play out. I've never seen a character that was 2 monsters before, but hey! So this is the, and I'm butchering this one, Geminate, and it is a 2-creature monster with a spec sheet, and you can shift between 2 different forms, melee and range, during card selection. You can only play cards from your current form. Oh, that is going to get exciting. Show next to the initiative, the weird-ass symbol force you to switch from one to the other. Oh yeah, this one's going to take a bit to get used to. Yeah, that's what I thought. Only one switch symbol can be triggered each turn. Switching forms is not an ability. You must perform an ability on the action to trigger it. You may start the scenario in either form. You must either be able to rest or play 2 cards from your current form at the start of each round. Otherwise, you become exhausted. If you have a single discard and lost piles from all cards as normal, when you rest, recover all discarded cards in both forms. Cool. Many abilities allow you to only target enemies at precise ranges. Shit. Whenever you perform an area of effect ability with precise range, you may only target enemies which are both in the area effect and the listed range. Yeah, that's going to be interesting to play. I'm excited. Harrower. Harrower is not a single life form, but rather a swarm of thousands of insects, forming a hive mind intelligence. Yeah, this is entirely Asriel's Portal. He's my friend. He does like his monsters. Blah blah blah. Apparently, yeah, essentially these are hive mind creatures. This will be very exciting to watch play. Complexity 5. Elemental affinities: fire, ice, and sun. Also just as frightening. So, I am not going to look through this deck of cards because I don't even know how it's going to work yet. And this is basically just a quick unboxing because I'm sure if I wanted to unbox everything all at once that this would be, we'd be here for a couple hours. Unless that's what you want, in which case let me get a few things here started. That being said, kind of intrigued by this. Gonna have some fun painting out all these characters. What'll happen is we'll play the first game, figure it out who's doing what, and then from there, all of a sudden go forth and say, hey, look, they now have paint. So, who is still left here? I'm not sure, but I think we can figure it out from there. So far, this is Frosthaven, in a nutshell. What I will do, because like I said, I do hate spoilers, but at the same time, I'm slightly intrigued. We're going to take Broken Element. Not going to open it up, but we are going to open up the miniature without trying to damage the box too much. And from the looks of it, it looks like a skinny alien. I won't know till we unlock it, but here we are. So as you can see, this always has potential to be awesome. Now, the one character I was told to check out, and I saw it, spoilers, is this guy. That's another Enox. That is a very, very large Enox. I'm excited. I'm intrigued. So, any questions so far from my wonderful audience who is very, very silent today? I love you all. And there we go. So, anyone have anything they'd like to say? Any questions? Any concerns? Anything that's here that says, huh, this is neat, this is cool. If not, then we'll go on to the other part of tonight's stream, because somebody did ask that I show this off. This is for Fallout Wasteland Warfare. Ignore the windowsills up at the top. They have to go through every one of the windows as the bottom has it done. Kind of, this project got away from me, but we're working on it. So, what I will do here, just so you have an idea, is we'll reach over into the Fallout Wasteland Warfare side of things, grab some extra minis, because we can, and yeah, that'll work. We'll place them in the buildings for you. and show you what we're working with on this game. So, this is 28mm. I know the camera's a little small, but we'll hold them up here. We have NCR Sniper. For those of you who have played Fallout, the mysterious stranger. We don't know who he is, but he shows up to screw things up. And for those of you who have played Fallout New Vegas, you should know who these guys are. Remember, the house always wins. Except, of course, when you have a angry as fuck mailman, high on jet, tripping balls, and running around with a golf club, then things get a little weird. So, I'll flip this up. This is the 4th floor. This was all done out of PLA and PLA+, but it's mainly PLA. We have offices, only accessible via elevator. Makes life easy. So, put that there. Haven't put all the doors in. I had to take a break from this project because it got out of control. 3rd floor. It's actually got conference room. Another office. Another office. Nice open area for some decent combat. For those of you who are curious, we have a sniper in the roof. Now, if I had a bit better of a camera setup, I would be zooming in on this, but there's even enough room for a 40mm base to gently move around without too much. Not going to go through the doors too easily, but that's okay. Now, we get to the 2nd floor. So I'm going to just tilt this up. As you can see, there is a functioning staircase that you can have your minis on. Place them there. And then take this floor out because the front half of this is just walls. And then we have a bathroom. The running gag with this is IT office, IT servers, human resources servers. Because Fallout was always exciting when they did that sort of stuff. Conference room. Conference room, for some reason, is always abnormally warm. No one could explain why in this building. But it was deemed that it was not important enough to fix and that the members going into the conference room should just keep their meetings short. In here, we've got the CEO office. Doesn't have his own bathroom, but there's one on the 4th floor. We have 2 other offices, and what we'll probably do is we'll figure something out as we go. Then we have the roof with the myriad of windows. We have a portable spotlight. All this was 3D printed. Portable turret. And I'm missing a elevator top here, but I'll figure something out as I go through and see what I can do. So this is my giant building. One of several buildings. It's not painted yet. It's on the list of I need to paint it, but unfortunately it's still winter time out here, and when winter comes it means I can't do a lot. It exceeds my spray booth. That's life. So for those of you here who are also paying attention, we're just going to grab some other Fallout Wasteland Warfare terrain we've gotten made because I feel like sharing. And quite frankly, I want to see if I can get an hour's worth of video out of all of this. Because that's the way we roll. So, we're reaching over here. I thought it was going to be a little more active and people were going to be asking more questions, but that's okay. We don't have to. We can speak for ourselves. So, people have heard me talk about Fallout New Vegas. I can talk about it passionately because its story is one of the best stories I've heard. It's also this symbolistic linking between Fallouts 1 and 2 to Fallout 3, Fallout New Vegas, and Fallout 4. And in it they have some of the most memorable characters, the most memorable storylines. Truthfully, the best story is still the first Fallout, where exile is what happens to you for doing a good job. That's life. How you deal with it is what matters. So, take the roof off here. We have a Gunrunners upstairs. A little bit of story in here. Most of these pictures are posted on my Discord. Some leaky windows. And I mean, I like my stuff to tell a story. It looks like somebody got shot out in the window. Kind of bloody in the door. No, that's also the other thing why I like Fallout. Nothing is ever a happy story. As you can see, somebody's tried to bash their way in on the garage door. We have a Gunrunner's place. Not as dirty as I'd have liked it, but after a little while, you can kind of see that somebody tried to clean it and somebody tried to escape. But all these modular terrain pieces, I will post a link if anyone wants to see them or see how they're built. We have the Juicy Orange. Again, as you can see, we can have figures in it. No problems asked. Let's see here. Bear with me. It's not how I usually have my camera posted. Take your order. Now, for those of you who have been to the beautiful province of Quebec, you'll understand the meme behind the Juicy Orange. It took me a bit to figure that one out until I realized I had seen it somewhere before in the past. And for our last exciting building. Still have some work to do to the outside, but meh, we'll get to it eventually. This is the Yes You Can pawn shop. So, we'll take the roof off. I did most of the rusting, and inside we have our Mr. Handy behind some armored glass, garbage can, there's a safe, the door does open, kind of impressed me I got that to work. And we've got some supplies all hanging on the shelves. Because this is Fallout, something like this, winding up in the wasteland, is entirely possible. For the record, please do not piss off the security. There is a gun in the upper corner because, you know, that's how life works in the wastes. So all of these beautiful terrain pieces came out of a guy called M3 Studios. And they're all printed for a game, Fallout Wasteland Warfare. Figure I was going to share them out here and see who's going and just go from there. Other than that, 'tis all I have to say to everybody tonight. You're all quiet. I love you all. I was hoping we'd have a few more people wanting to talk or ask questions and the such, but that's okay. So we are going to probably end it here because that's life. I'm going to pack stuff up. How do you all feel about these sort of things? Let me know. Comment away. YouTube.com/DernKel2K. Same sort of thing as my Twitch. Helps keep everything kind of nice the same and easy to go and find me. Generally I am on Twolfke's Discord for the most part, or on Beef's Discord, because I haven't figured out how to set up a Discord server yet. Again, all sorts of things that will come with time and potatoes and all that other stuff. Any questions, any concerns, please let me know. Tell me. If I don't know, I can't make this stream better. Other than that, everybody, I'd like to say have a wonderful night. Thank you for following. Thank you for letting me unbox this for you and show you some of my attempts at being an artiste. Maybe next time what we'll do is we'll show you a setup sneak preview of a Battletech map that I'm working on and see what sort of responses we can get from you on that one. Otherwise, everyone, I want you to have a great rest of your Easter weekend. Great Easter night. If you want to see more content like this, again, let me know. There is always an option. Stay tuned later on in the week. We'll try and do some more mini painting as well as a few other things. If you don't tell me what you're after, I can't help you. And even if you do tell me what you're after, who knows if I can help you. There are limits to my abilities as a magician, I think. Am I a magician? No, I work in IT. Alrighty. So we're going to switch this to here. Everyone, have a great night. And thank you all for watching this exciting and eventual time and everything that has went on here with this unboxing.